Hi, my name is Paul Keely. In this video, we're going to look at user device affinity. Hey everybody, in this video session we're going to have a look at user device affinity in Config Manager 2012, see what it can do for us and how we can get it to work. What user device affinity is it's the ability to connect or stitch a user and a computer that they use all the time. Or multiple computers that they use all the time. When Windows 2000 came out and we had group policy settings, one of the group policy settings was user group policies, and it was to deploy software to a user. And everyone thought this is a great idea until you just jumped onto someone's machine for a second and you tried to check your email and it would start deploying a whole bunch of software to you. So in Config Manager, what we want to do is we don't want anytime you log on to a machine for you to get stuff. We want to say, well, hang on a second, if this is my primary device, give it to me. If it's not, don't. Okay, so when we think of user device affinity and how does something become your primary device, there are numerous ways with which you can make something your primary device. The simplest way is just through usage patterns. How often do I use the device? So if I go to the administration tab, and on the administration I just go to my client settings, and on the client settings the very last setting is user device affinity. Now I have this dialed up pretty high. What I'm saying is, if you use a device for 60 minutes over 5 days, I want Config Manager to automatically go and make this device, one of my primary devices. Now, there's a key thing you have to understand for that to work is, how do I know that I've used something for a certain period of time? Well, on your domain controller's OU, you got to be auditing audit account logon events and audit logon events so that Config Manager can go to your domain controller. It can monitor, the amount of usage, logon time on a machine, and it can set that up for you. So if I go to a device, and I'm always working on this box HV1, and on HV1 I just say edit primary users, and so you can see here that the user PK administrator has been usage agent defined, and what that means is I'm after using that enough times for it to have you registered in Active Directory, and Config Manager said, okay, that this is one of the primary devices for that user. Now if I go and have a look at this SQL server and I just say edit primary users, you can see that my SCCM data read account has been usage defined. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to make my SQL Server service account, I'd like to set that to be a primary device as well. And a real simple way to do this is to create a CSV file. So my domain name is pk / the username, comma, the computer, SQL. Okay, so I just open Notepad, I set it up, save it as a CSV format, and then I just go to import user device affinity. I hit browse, I bring in the machine. It will say, hey look, here is your user, there's the device. I just say import, and then it will tell me if it successfully imports, which it does. And if I go to SQL and I say edit primary users, you should be able to now see that the user PK SQL was administratively defined, so it wasn't based on usage. Okay, the last thing, last simple way for you to get into user device affinity is just by the user saying this is my primary device. So if I just have a look here, so first of all, if you just go to Software Center Everybody who has a Microsoft, Config Manager client installed Software Center, and you can see your application catalog is available. What it means is that the application catalog has been installed, and from the application catalog, if you go to My Devices, there's a little tick box to say, I regularly use this computer to do my work. Now, if it's grayed out, all it means is in your administration, in your client tools, that in your client settings, that you have it configured not to allow the user to change UDA. So if I just went back to UDA and set that to true, and I pull policy on that machine, they would then be able to go and set it, and then it would be user defined. So just, I guess, the whole point of this is it's making a connection between a user and that user's primary device or devices. And then the beauty of this, which I'm going to show you in a second blog, is just say I wanted to go and deploy some software to that user because they need it to do their job. Well, I can say, hey, deploy software, but the requirement of deploying it is that it's that user's primary device. So until it's their primary device, it ain't going to work. That's user device affinity. Lots more blogs on scug.ie. Get in contact with us and tell us if you would like anything else, and we'll put it up. Thank you.